In the horizontal, this drawing is scaled by 200%, and in the vertical, it is scaled by 250. In the last problem that I showed you, you could see that I set it up as two fractions and created equivalent fractions with the cross multiply and divide technique. Here, I am going to use a different strategy by multiplying by the decimal version of the percents. So 200% is the same as 2, and 250% is the same as 2.5. With the horizontal, there are several different things that we need to change. The base of his head, which was currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wide. And we are scaling it up by 200% or by a scale factor of 2, giving us 16 wide. Now we need the base of his eye, which was 2, and we are scaling it up by 2, which gives us 4 boxes for his eyes. The width of his nose, or the distance across the bottom of his nose, is also 2, and we are scaling it by 2. The bottom of his mouth, which is 4, and 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. And then we also need the distance from his whole smile, which is 6. Now we're going to look at the vertical direction. In the vertical direction, we have his head, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, giving us a distance of 20. His eye, the height of his eye is 2, so now it will be 5. The height of his nose was 1, so now it will be 2.5. And the height of his smile was 2, so now the height of his smile will be 5. So on the grid, I'm going to make his head a 20 by 16 rectangle. So that should be 16 wide. And that should be 20 tall. His eye needs to be 2 in from the side because it was 1 and we are doubling it. So 2 in from the side, and it needs to be 4 across. So 2 in from the side and 4 across. And same thing down here. Then his eyes were 5 tall. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4.5, because there's already a half there. Oops. Then we're going to connect those. So same thing here. Half, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5. Then his nose was 4 across and 2.5 tall. And his smile starts on the same line, so it should be directly out from there. But it is going to be 12 across to get to each one. So from here, starting in the middle, if we went out 12, that would be 2, 4, 6 in each direction. And so this would be the corner of his mouth here. And then we're going to do the same thing that way. 2, 4, 6, and this would be the corner of his mouth. Then, the bottom of his mouth is 8 wide, which is 4 in each direction. And then we're going to connect. The biggest, most important part is that you have the work shown, and then the scale drawing picture is, it's going to be a little bit of an approximation just depending on your pieces that you have written down. The more dimensions you calculate, the more accurate the picture is going to be.